run the race so that they can receive the prize. You understand? When you're running a race, like when you're running a marathon, right? You might have over 100 people. Sometimes them big races like 500. You know, plenty people, 450, whatever it just be. Real people. And so many of them don't finish the race. You understand? Many of them do even as they run from right here to stop. They can't finish. You understand? The Lord telling us here is make sure you run so that they can receive the prize. You know? Don't give up. Because again, things are coming our way. We have to finish the race. You know, we was talking about thing. With the pit here is always a pit here where two men digging in a mine, right?
Yeah.
And one turned back.
Right as he was
going to reach the diamond was right there, and he just turned back.
Next man who come after him.
Yeah. No. Two of them was literally digging the same time.
No, it has some of them. Sometimes he has be a little behind, you know, a little bit behind, but he has stopped and turned back, and the next man going to end up getting it. Why? Because he was digging at his speed. Yeah, he wasn't digging as fast as the next man.
You see, some men do that in endurance where sometimes you go through stuff, but that's what they say, you have to run till they reach the end. You understand? How you going to know if you never reach the end? You understand? That is why they say it's better to try
and fail and
to try.
Yeah. You know?
They say one for my city and two for my family.
Yeah.
You're racing against real men out here.
I'll go back to that too, before I go to the middle say, read over the piece of there. You know, that same is got something around.
Yes. They say, and knowing not that they which run in the race run all, but one receive the prize, so run that he may obtain.
Yeah, it's so. They run all. Because what I was saying, a lot of people are running, but one receive the prize, meaning what? You gotta be diligent. You understand? Yeah, you run at your own pace, but with diligence. You understand? Because why? Because you want that prize. You know what I mean? You go there to run and you go take a walk, you go. No, you're being diligent with it. You know what I mean? You're making sure that you're doing this wholeheartedly, in other words.
The chipping go be represented like your off days, like your days when you're not so 100 and you need a little, you know, you mightn't be as fervent as another day.
Yeah, because why? You're still facing trials,
yeah,
still hurdles,
fatigue, yeah.
As what I was saying, the pitch might be level, you might hurt your ankle a little bit. You know?
You will go through the curses down to the end.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't get from the curses. We're not in the new covenant, so the curses will always remain here. So if it's going to happen to you even until the day. You understand?
That is why you know what I was saying. Don't tell that finish line. So the goal is to cross the finish line.
Finish?
Nah. And that's something you're saying. You have to realize. Watch how some people in this world just die for something they believe in that does literally what vanish.
Being glory.
You understand? I'm going to die for your job.
I'm going to die for a number.
For a number.
Yeah. You ain't see what men just
So
have to go.
gang over numbers. Numbers.
When you say like a number in terms of...
Like them children at 6, 7. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You understand? And they whole lot, they're going down, you know?
Oh, warfare?
Yeah,
like gang
literally, they will die. Yeah, boy, take, knock it on, take. And it's a number, you know, a number. And the people who in charge of said faculties, the moment they place relax, you know, living better than all the other men.
Yeah, they do all the groundwork, yeah. They don't care. Vainglory. Remember, fast food. Hood riches is a hell of a thing.
Yeah, correct.
Let's say verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
Yeah.
But we an incorruptible crown, because that is what we want.
It's like you just say.
We want the incorruptible crown.
Yeah, they do it to a corruptible crown, is, you know, that fame. Yeah, but you know this one thing, he's the top dog.
Riding on the horse.
Money,
Yeah, understand?
Riding on the horse is
Yeah, you
and
walk
purple
up
here.
Yeah. Call him and say, yeah, one of 4 horses for the bishop and them to come in. And,
Bishop's and
yeah, you know?
They do a big interview with I want to use that word.
with your ENEMY, more or less. You understand? And I want to laugh. Man, you can invite me back anytime. Some shit so you say. I'm like, yo, what really going on here? I mean, they must know I sell out now. What's that you can doing on that horse?
Yeah.
You must know them.
Nice, and nice thing. So it's a now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Because again, the crown we looking for, we want that second is just. You understand? So yeah, we're going to put that crown on the head. You know? That incorruptible crown.
These are there, so it's different for the game.
Men's
That's more than men call we bums here.
Yeah. I gotta be about me. That's be about me nearly. You think I'm talking?
Men.
Be about me, brother. Trust me.
Men standing stiffly for Mosiah and Christ blessings.
Yeah.
Wow, that ain't really good point.
Nah,
Standing for the name.
Anything about that? Now we might laugh, but it's technically a serious thing because they stood stiffly for Nate's name more than the name of the Lord.
Can't. They don't call whoever they feel like, but they call the Lord all kind of shipping us.
Matter of fact, if you call him Nate, they just come aboard and tell you that's not his name. Call him Bishop Nathaniel or whatever, something, you understand?
Worshippers of men.
So it says, verse 26, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I not as one that breathed the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
And that's why, because Romans say what it said, does it teach that man to steal, does thou steal? You want to break the same thing that G.S.O.T.E teaches not to do and be a hypocrite. And you'll end up falling off.
So, put your body under subjection, like part of the ignorance also. Yeah, the fight the temptations.
Can.
You understand? The guy just wake up and say, you know what today? You know, the bacon today. No, right now.
Just like the ex-brother, who our brother got a video about. And when in the past he was talking about, he was breaking down, showing that every man had sinned. And then further in the future, when he get puffed up and he fall out, you see him teaching like if he don't sin. Like that you're trying to put it across now.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're teaching men, that's okay, you're teaching men the same thing. And he wasn't putting anybody in subjection to apply it himself.
Right.
And eventually he was a castaway. You have more on yours, huh?
Nah, that's it. Next up, your picture.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You say you Luke 14 and Psalm 25, right? Luke 14:25 is saying, and there went a great multitude with him, and he turned and said unto them, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, say yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
You can do what?
He cannot be my disciple.
And I make it plain fair. That's what that was written in red letter, right?
Yeah.
So that was the outside speaker. You understand? He's telling it straight. If you can't do these things, then you can't be a disciple. You understand? And that is just to show you how you have to endure, because literally you're giving up things that literally you might have grew up with, things that you have in front of you.
Even
you know?
yourself.
Even like which how big endurance is that? Because many of the people the Lord deal with, you tell them must give up certain things. You know, like when you meet up some of the apostles, he was like, hey, stop what you're doing and follow me.
Everybody more or less get the same order to some degree.
Yeah. You know, and they was like, all right, they drop whoever they drop fishermen, they do drop in net and they pass out. You know, they follow the Lord. You understand? Even when Acts 5, when it was mentioning that the priest and them was telling them what, they were preaching his name. You know? What they was doing them, they put them in jail. And they had to endure that. You know? They had to endure that. So if you have to do endurance, it's part of this thing. It's not lose. You see, that is the thing. When you read the scriptures, it's about a scripture in Corinthians. I always bring it over and deal with like characteristics, or how it's certain things that the Lord tell you a man of the Lord would have. You understand? Patience, faith, hope, belief. You know, being a man. All these things it's going down. Endurance was here. You understand? And that's something you have to have. You have to have. Because, you know, brothers just get the testimonies where the whole family leave them. You know? Wife gone, children, you don't deal with them much. You know? This, that, walk, get rid of here.
So we should never talk about what's called it?
Maintenance, yeah.
Child support and things. All of us send to your child. All of us send.
Spirits that are act up.
Yeah.
Like I say, based on what I was just saying too, when you look at even in Matthew 10, what the Lord say, he say, when he send them out, when he say, don't carry nothing with you. They had to endure what, like he sent them out in the world with bare-handed. You understand? They had to go there and endure.
And do what they had to do still.
Still, and they would be provided for them daily. You understand?
Even the scripture say that they didn't even have leisure time. You understand? You know this no leisure time. You know endurance that you have to.
24/7.
Yeah. You go through these things.
24/7 you're on the battle field.
Imagine Paul had to be,
Yeah.
he always moving about.
Yeah. And let's add to that as well, to add a perfect example that was given unto us of endurance, which is the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord endured unto the end, and the Lord,
Yes,
was,
sir.
the Lord was tempted from each side.
Yeah.
You understand?
Fox our holes.
Go on.
Huh?
Go on.
You see, verse 27, they say, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Yeah. So ever kind of bearing your cross, I basically what it mean, you know. Take your trials, take your tribulation, and still finish this race.
That cross is not talking about a rosary with us. You see that?
Yeah. You understand? All that weight I paid on your shoulder, you still have to finish the race with that weight. And it's not easy enough. And it's not very easy. It's more weight to look at. As I find well, you can maintain this weight and you still not a good pace, whole weight target. Yeah. That what the Lord said. If you can't bear your own cross, how you could be my disciple? I bear all your own. Understand? I bear all your own. All I want you to do is bear yours. You just endure yours. I don't endure for all hours. You know?
See, sacrifice of the lamb for the sins of what? Us.
Send the whole nation and
A
yourself.
whole nation.
I don't bear all your cross, you know. Only bear this little and you know? As well.
What you say, like I say, the things you have to endure, it say cannot compare for the glory that have to come.
Yeah, but the trials is nothing compared to the glory.
You know, Romans mentioned that as well. For the present things, you know.
Yeah, it's not worthy to be compared. Well, I'm going up to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you had this, sir?
oh,
Say,
come in handy.
Luke 14:28, they say, for which of you intending to build a tower, set it not down first and counted the cost?
Yeah, because like you can't do anything without first planning for it. Not even in this kingdom, who go and build a house just so. So like, I buy 5 bags of cement and 6 bricks. Where you gonna do that?
Yeah.
You account the cost of, alright, I need X amount of labor, material, the time you have to take off from doing other things to ensure that this done properly. Pay a man to oversee when you know, you think about all of that, when you decide to come up with this plan. And here, the flip side to that is, we didn't even come up with this plan. None of us thought 18 years ago, whenever we was, you know what I mean, not in the truth that we'd have been here today. You understand? Because there's not we plan. You understand? There's not we plan. We was chosen from since what? From since the beginning. You know? This was already set before us, before the foundations are even. You know?
But even my men, when they come into the truth, what we are going to ask you first, if it is that I was to tell you, would you continue?
Yeah, if
because
I was to stop.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Because I should say, be fully persuaded in
Straight
your
in
mind.
your own mind. Start.
You are to know what it is about when it comes to this, because you know how Morpheus say? They say once you go through that downhill, there's no turning back. You understand? See, they say, for which of you intending to build a tower, set it not down first and counted the cost, whether you have sufficient to finish it.
Yeah, whether you can really fight that fight. You understand? Whether you had that faith or whether you had that endurance. You know? Or whether you could, as the brother bring on before, whether you could, you know what I mean, turn your back on your family, your wife, your children, you understand, your possessions, the ambitions, your goals, your dreams.
I'm going to say something, and I will say, when the scripture mentioned every word is written for
Romans.
Timothy?
Yeah, Timothy, to reprove, for doctrine, because because these things written is for example, unto us.
Yeah.
That way Yeah, that's why when Yahushua was dealing with some of the people, like when he tell them to leave what they have
God.
and then give up. You understand? Those are things that even if you read it and you feel, well, hey, them didn't give up. No, that is an example for you. Because coming, you would have to give up stuff. You would have to give up your house.
Yeah.
You might have to, yeah, because we feel when they come in with that MOTB, you feel it's just sort of coming easy. No. This last time I was watching our Apostle video. I see the pop thing too with Chunksy coming with the guillotines and so forth and thing, right?
Once you re-elected.
Right. So at the end of the day, we feel what happened. You against them. We feel obviously you have to give up the things that you have. You know? Because once you give up, right? Right? Once you're dealing with the Lord, you're against them. So you have to give up stuff just like them. When the Lord tell them, hey, give up what you have and follow me. Some of them did not. I want one of them.
Yeah, the young man. Who had much possessions. And even based on what they say, it even had the examples of men who give up. But it also had the examples of men who things was taken away from.
Yeah.
Ezekiel had the wife taken away. Job had all the assets taken away.
Yeah, when the wife was taken away, the most I said, don't cry.
Yeah, the one for she, yeah. Go ball, yeah.
Look at that.
There's examples like that too.
The wife of your bosom. Yeah, you can't mourn.
So it had these situations where you will willingly give it up. But then it had times where things are taken away from you. And you had to be at peace with it. That is be a bigger trial because a lot of the time you lose something, it be something you value a lot.
Remember the Lord say coming to you try all flesh. You understand? So at the end of the day, same way you try Job, Ezekiel, all the prophets
All
was
the
tried.
acceptable men.
Right, understand? All of them was tried. At the end of the day, if you're going to happen to you, you feel you're exempted from that? No. The difference is that these men endure what Israel went through. You understand? These men endure the
finish race.
finish the race. Job, they literally tell you, Job was a man that hated evil.
Yeah.
But who does the Lord send was to try him? He sent the...
Job was perfect. It did say that.
Yeah.
He was perfect.
He
Perfect.
sent one of them main angels to tempt him. The one who was afraid the most.
He had nothing wrong with it.
No, but
Imagine that.
No, like not necessarily, but scripture, even Job say what he said, no man perish being innocent.
Yeah.
So we can't say ultimately
that-
that we didn't do anything to deserve what we just go through.
No, but in that lifespan that he thinks,
Yeah, he was good
He
then.
was perfect. He was perfect.
Yeah, but it's somewhere along the line,
Yeah,
that might be
it
a
add
thing
up.
for some
Yeah.
people, but you know.
that might be too deep for you.
Yeah. But nonetheless, the person who wanted to try Job was the one who was afraid the most.
Yeah.
You
The
understand?
one only feel as though can you not
Yeah, on your own accord.
Yeah, we don't wake up and say, yeah, I'm doing this and that is that.
You understand? So and Job, the kids, the wife,
All he increase the animals, everything,
he
everything.
increased. You understand?
Everything.
To the fact where Job throughout time has been used as an example of losing the riches and becoming to a lower state.
or just patience.
Yeah,
I hear
or the
just about
patience.
two days
Patience
ago.
like Job, the patience like
2
Job.
days ago, I hear the same slang from
Um,
somebody. Our patience like Job.
Job went through
I
sorrows.
think I don't say that patience and you.
Job went through sorrows, you know.
Like your wife telling you curse the most high and die.
You know, wicked wife and wicked children. All of them wicked.
Wow.
He was the
Amazing
only
woman
good one
was
he
with
got.
you from, you know?
Yeah, but
So she know where you stand
And
when
you
it
think
comes.
you think
when it
about
comes
that?
to your faith. And
You
she
think about
could tell
that?
you. Because the Lord and there now, boy.
He get hit on all different angles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you why, right? There are some men might even feel how if they lose a family,
God.
you understand? Because they go, no, they're going, my family really wicked.
Yeah.
But losing the money,
yeah, he lose everything. He lose
He lose
family,
everything,
money,
yeah,
health.
Everything.
Everything he lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, he lot was heavy. He lot was heavy. As I always say, he and Ezekiel
but he did not give up.
can.
He did not give up.
Say
Always had a
yeah.
shot.
You say eat man's dung.
Yeah.
So I already had some heavy lots, but what to do?
Finish race.
It's verse 29 and say, less happily after he had laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all but behold it begin to mock him.
Yeah, and that's what. That's when they become a reproach.
Can't.
You're not supposed to become a reproach for the gospel. To the gospel, I should say.
Say pray for the Lord to our open shame.
The fellas was preaching on the road and things. What the fellas is now?
And she was telling me I shouldn't be why just you doing it now?
One, all told you stop preaching and things. Yeah, that becoming a reproach, man.
I know they were saying, yeah, I always know that Hebrew thing was you
I know I wasn't serious, man. I was serious, man. I joke and small thing. Yeah.
They go pull the Acts 5 on way. Say if it be of men that come to north. You understand?
Yeah.
Start mocking them.
It just be of God and something. I'm going on.
They say verse 30 it says, saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. And you represent the Lord.
God.
So when you do that and you represent the Lord, you're embarrassing your Lord.
Yeah.
That's why even as a messenger, when you're not king send a messenger out, right? How you treat that messenger was important, but also how that messenger act was also important.
Because he's the of the Lord.
Use the mouthpiece for that king. How you operate very important. That's why the scriptures talk about being a light of the world. Things you say, things you do, how you operate with people, all of these. Just like brother Rachaya come. I was watching one of the streets, and he was talking about how he was with the apostles already, right? Like being around them, and you see how they just operate. They just deal very heavily on brotherly love and things. You understand? And they just stress on it. They don't like this, even though they might be the heads. They like to see men treating men a certain way and things. Even when you look at how when they're making decrees and things, they just come out just so and just be a man. They just do diligent search. They just look to make sure this brother already flicking up. Just get time. They warn you. Just like the same video with the brothers who get things. They give them time. The brother say pray on it, all kind of thing. They don't, not because they have power, they just go puffed up and you understand? Even though they might have power, they're humble with it. They just take time, they just analyze things, they just pray about things. You understand? All of these things are characteristics of the righteous. You understand? See, it say verse 31, it say, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first? And even Ahab had that level of common sense, and he was a wicked king.
One more prophets and
yeah.
so put me before we do this thing.
He was a wicked man. And still he had enough sense to know what going on. Let me see what's going on with this scene first. It says, what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first, and consulted whether he be able with 10,000 to beat him that cometh against him with 20,000. It say, or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassador and desireth conditions of peace. It says, so likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he had, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah, he cannot be the Lord's disciple if you don't want him to give up. Or give up. The things of the soul, I should say. You know? That's something, no?
No, but
The man suck on Timothy 3 now.
Right. And you see in some of the different places in the game, it's the same one. They say, well, by the mouth of 2 or 3 shall all things be established. So when it be come out and say these things, a man can never say that he didn't know.
God. But as a priest, I'm going to tell you, we preaching to all the world as a witness.
As a witness.
As a witness, and then the end will come. So nobody could say, we didn't know, or we didn't hear, or we didn't have, you know, no knowledge of it.
But you know, Jake, where don't prophesy all these things unto us. Like I always Jake first, you know, like
Where didn't know that? Nobody ever come and tell me that.
see, the 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. It say, this know also that in the last days perilous time shall come.
Yeah, with the perilous means imminent danger. Understand? Every time shall come. So, break it on.
Yeah, good. So it's a perilous times, and when you look at it with perilous, it means imminent danger or at high risk of something happening. And we in those days. You understand? Like literally every single evening, it go be night for us. But for other place, it might be morning. It's something happening around the world. You understand? We've seen how much earthquakes taking place. We've seen this, we've seen that. You know, like many things. You know, every week, even in the videos we bring it out, we're showing how much prophecy is taking place. We're in those perilous times. Now, when those perilous times comes, it also mentioned it wouldn't only be natural disasters like you all think. It would have situations like it would have civil wars, you know, it would have insurrections, it would have these things. You know, it would have the famines where you wouldn't get the food, and each particular situation would obviously lead to another situation. Because a famine will bring what? A famine will bring chaos. You know? Famine will cause men to run into your home. You know? Cannibalism. And that is the thing.
Like I say, I guess so much things that could cause a famine, eh? What could cause famine?
Shortages from something on the next side.
Shortages on distribution could cause famine. Yeah. Floods could cause famine. No water could cause famine.
Pestilence could cause famine.
Yeah, understand?
All these things were mentioned were written to happen, so we in those perilous times.
So the famine, what do we show about this famine?
Yeah.
You will starve.
Food scarcity is one of the easiest things.
And not to mention, about almost 95% that all the world food owned by one group.
And still they're trying to increase that because they're going around buying up farmlands.
Buying and where, but they can't buy the burning and policy.
Or making restrictions that you can't be able to keep up. Because they're doing that with the farmers right now. They're passing regulations where the farmer are getting too little to be able to compensate themselves. You're kind of trying to more or less weed them out.
Yeah, because of the particular people that own majority of the farmland and own majority of the agriculture worldwide. I think it's BlackRock, right? And they, if you go and look up the things they're doing, they're making natural stuff into unnatural stuff. You understand? They're buying over products from people where it was like we see it would have been some percentage of natural. When they buy it over, it literally becomes synthetic.
Or it was organic before.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, as the brother said before, these smaller people, they can't fight them because they control the market. So you literally have to give in to them or just lose your business.
Yeah, either way you wouldn't be a problem to them.
Next thing,
quick work.
Yeah. Next thing I was watching was a video where majority of these people change their name because why? There's gutter rats. And I know men would know when I mention gutter rats who we talking about, right? It's literally them. Right? But what they do is change over the name so people wouldn't know it's them. Mm-hmm. So the name might have been you know, that so-called Jewish name. But just because they know they have a stigma against people now knowing that they're controlling everything. What they do now was change the name. So the name might have been Kevin some thing. And I was like, nah, let me just change it to Kevin Smith. You understand? Yeah.
Name. But when you look through the
thing, yeah.
Like, you know, when you look through the family lineage, you see where they come from.
Not even the family lineage, because you can still look up the name. But on paper, on paper you would just see Kevin Smith. Yeah. But when you go to actually look up the real name and something, so what they're trying to do is like hide who it is really controlling stuff now. Because again, I don't know what you see yesterday. The pass up bill was the ban TikTok again.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and one of the things you know is that doing this is a restriction upon TikTok so bad is because TikTok is just literally YouTube, Twitter, all these things is one, right? Every single thing you get on Twitter and YouTube, you get on TikTok. Anything you get on TikTok, you get on Twitter or YouTube, right?
But they don't have censorship over TikTok as much as I've done on YouTube, and that way the problem is.
Yeah, the problem is now. One thing about TikTok was actually exposing, as you say, the thing they was showing some of the things that they was doing across the Middle East and so forth. And now that they passed a bill, just imagine they passed two bills back to back. They passed the bill where they're going to give 90-something million, right, as a share between Taiwan, Ukraine and Israel. Right? No. Yesterday they passed that bill.
No, I hear about the, you know, I mean, talking about it in a words now. It was bringing it up.
They're bringing it up, yeah. But yesterday they passed the bill that is 90-something billion, right? And all of a sudden, the next bill was they can't take that. Why? Because they don't know the videos that
the video
come
information about it, yeah.
I'm continue, right?
Good.
It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Yeah, men will become unholy, and we see the times we already living in. You understand? Men being lovers of themselves. You understand? Whereas, when we say 20 years ago, it was never like that. 20 years ago, your neighbor would have render assistance. So you could barely call your neighbor with a place for something. You know? You could tell what the place was worse and worse, but the iniquity about so we love them and you know, wax coat. You could tell.
And now, unholy just means unholy means you're separate from the Lord.
Yeah, come
You
on.
understand?
Doing profane things.
Yeah, doing profane things. And that is what they're doing. But they love the profane things. But they are abiding it wholeheartedly. You understand? When it comes to being unholy, or they love that.
Yeah.
You know? Or the celebrities, the people that they look up to in the album covers, the movies, everything is unholy and all they love that.
And
We all dress.
Mr. Gods.
The man and the idols.
You ever say like 15 years ago as you say, you could have sing Boom Bye Bye, you can sing, you can't go in public and sing that again. You go in a car and sing that on the street.
Well, the greatest thing was I was in a car and I hear that song playing on the radio. It's when I asked, I said, but wait, they could play this? The man, remember John said, he say, yeah, the pastor, the DJs at fight to do something like they could play, but they can't play it.
Explicit or something.
Yeah, the sense of certain parts in
certain
it.
part or something along those lines, or they can't play too much or something.
Like
but they get thing.
Like the word Batty, we had
Yeah, the thing of that,
cancel of
yeah,
that.
cancel of
Yeah,
that, yeah.
I feel that sense of it. Imagine men had a fight to be able to play a song that a man sing. You understand? Look at that. A righteous, a Christian kingdom, and you can't talk nothing against the Batties. You understand? The momos. You cannot nothing against the
You can't talk
momos.
against the you know? You can't talk against the righteousness.
Say what? He that justified the wicked and condemned the just.
Yeah.
See, abomination to the Lord.
Yep.
This place is abomination.
Say without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Yeah, no, they got no reference. Understand? They hate the good and they love evil.
And I just say despisers of good.
Yeah,
You
so
understand?
there's the condemnation that light has come into the world.
And men of darkness rather. Yeah, men of darkness
Because why?
rather.
Because it is evil and they like it. I think there's Jeremiah 500 so they say people love to have it, so you know, they love to have it, so they just love to have it, so.
And this is something like it doesn't show how evil men get. And as the scripture say here, they say despise of those that are good. It's because literally you could be doing the things to the Lord, and they would literally watch you like use the devil.
Yeah.
You understand? They
They watch
literally
you
watch
as
you
the
like
scum
that.
of the
Yeah,
earth.
they will try to come at the earth. We don't know about the Lord. Like people that be mentioning like certain things will happen and a random. I just want just like a natural disaster will happen, right? And a man go post the script, a man go post a script and say, wait, you know thing. And people will come and man, but you don't bring God here. Thing. Well, the man, everything says the Lord, thing. So they hate that are good. Are they fringes?
Yep.
I'm not trying to
Hey
talk
Ross,
about
you lose well weight.
Nah, next one.
Hey Ross.
I am?
Yeah, you lose well weight.
it. Nah, but I told her
You see how long your ass
I
is?
did not make it when I see the grass, but I didn't really. The frame now, the frame.
That Ross, he lose real weight.
So wrong, like, because
I
I was
don't
not
know.
looking on shot.
No, I telling you, I said he lose real weight.
It says verse
You
5.
went on Slim Rapido?
Yeah. Verse 4, it says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of good.
Yeah, lovers are what the pleasures of this kingdom. Haughty, high-minded, and prideful state. You know, I scripture say, well, the beginning of pride is when a man turn the heart from the Creator. You know? They live in that pride. But that pride will lead to ultimately to the destruction.
And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about that. You're haughty, you're high-minded in this because this place give you that. You understand?
Give it an option.
And
You see, especially how all in that trouble. If it's one thing, you see when they never go through nothing, you just be in the most underpaid fear, in the most puffed up state they can ever be in. You understand? Because they never go through no pain, they never go through no affliction. You understand? But eventually it will come.
If I
You
can,
know?
like I say, that's one of the Lord delusions. The Lord putting them in that bubble. It's like what your apostles say, good times make weak men.
Yeah.
Right now, the Lord making weak people, because imagine you being in your most comfortable state there ever was, more or less, to have to now go through the worst thing that ever transpired in history.
God.
You know how difficult that's gonna be to face? You never see like them people who in Iraq, them little children who see the mommy and daddy blow up on that bomb, and them had to do all kind of profane things just to scrape by through life. You know, they might take it all easier because they see some shit. You know, they see war, they see all kind of stuff. But for these people who never even see, you tell me see a dead body was when it was lying down in a casket. They never actually see the real digging out. Yeah. Imagine seeing that all around you.
And these people who even have, like, underpaid fare. It's like, the stuff that you would need to help you, right? And I just talk about, like, if something happened, they don't even watch it as help. It's like a scornful thing to keep, like, medicine or thing.
That's a real good point. See that? Big people is see them scorning medication, anything to clean. I asked somebody the other day to clean out something. I tell them someone to clean out the system, clean up the face, like if you tell them they drink poison or something. They prefer the pops. They prefer the pop the pharmacy.
Yeah. They prefer the sauce too.
No literal work to put into it, but the outcome. That's just people.
I pride.
And cup. Ease, at ease.
God.
But remember, all that ease will stop. You see the ease only now to the dependent, as the brother say, dependent on the system. You understand? Dependent upon ease.
God.
You say, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away.
Yeah.
For this sort are they which creep into houses and let captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts.
If I can say, you see what the brother say? He say what? He say from these, stay away from them. Right? These are not people to make friends with anybody. Men who just think like this, people who just think like that, you gotta keep a distance from them people, because say sit not in the seat of the ungodly. You understand? It's true you might have to deal with them in the world from time to time, but you gotta understand where you stand with these individuals. Don't look for no best friend or no loyalty. You know, keep them at arm's length, as the worldly saying is go. Because if they could do that, they're capable of
Yeah,
anything.
they can ultimately bring you the banks.
Especially when, like I say, when in times of desperation, like when you just really
when they're
know.
back against the wall.
You understand?
Yeah, they'll do anything for them.
People sell it for bread. Sell it for bread. And we expecting that because the scriptures warn us that these things will happen.
Yeah.
It's a let captive silly woman laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yeah, they ever learn. You understand? Every day they learn something new about the knowledge of the truth. They're not learning that.
Studying for
You
years
understand? And that goes back to what? That goes back to the pride of this kingdom. You understand? You have to take years to learn something. It could take you a week for the most to say, you know. But they stretch it out and they take a piece of paper and you walk around with your nose in the air like, yeah, I reach. And then the way they set up the system, after you get that paper, you still can't get the job because you have no experience.
Or you feel like you're searching for knowledge. You go cemetery school, you study for however long, you feel like, yeah, boy, I read on
you ain't know nothing, you end up worse than you start.
You see, if a man taking himself to know something, you know nothing which you ought to know. You don't know shit.
But that pride is a bit, no, I studied there, I've been to school for
because you went to this school, Harvard, and this had to be good because it's Harvard giving you it. No.
And then when you think about it, the way that it sets up, it's really not sustainable for anything positive, you know. Because even if you go and you come out with the knowledge, you come out with your paper, you get the job, you still have years of debt to pay. You still have years of debt.
The control
I don't understand how them had a student loan honestly, like I can't fathom it. Imagine you have to work off years to pay off that.
And you work enough years to pay up that till they go fund another country for work.
Right.
You know?
And that is the heights about it, because when you think about it, right, that's it, they watch our system, right? The build that system is the very high in debt. And the only way that you could really, when you look at people who live in the US, majority of people living from paycheck to paycheck, you know. The only time you really get out of that is if you like in a position where you have a real good skill and you happen to get a good job, or you're willing to do something profane, you know, like I call this like how Cat Williams said, the virgin bottle. You know, you want to give up your virgin bottle or do some kind of profane thing to be able to really reach the heights. So in other words, they put you in desperation, promising you something good, and then to take you out of that desperation now, you have to do things that you shouldn't be doing to be able to
survive.
You understand? And the no jakes in desperation.
Yeah,
That's the easiest way to turn you.
Anything for the nice side.
And to get out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
You understand? Really and truly, it's like a whole plan. Yeah, it's a whole psychological thing.
I don't give my first down, 250 on top.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Yeah, the love of the Father is not in him, the love of his knowledge, the love of the truth is not in him. You understand? You wouldn't love the light if you love this world, because why? This world is based on darkness, this world is run by darkness. You know, as the scripture says, we're wrestling up against flesh and blood, but against rulers and principalities. That is up from a dark.
Ephesians.
Ephesians 5, 6 or Ephesians 6. I'm not mistaken. Ephesians 6 Ephesians 6 verse 12, right? It says, for you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. They say against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yeah, against rulers of the darkness of this world. So if you love this world, then you love of the light, you love of the Father is not in you.
Yes,
So we wrestle against you. You understand? Always part of the tribulation, as scripture says, a righteous man is vexed day by day by the unrighteous conversation. You know this kind of thing?
By the unlawful deeds.
Yeah.
You understand?
God given to the hands of the wicked.
That is it.
Yeah, that's
Scripture
right.
say as Galatians, it say what? It say to redeem us from this present evil world.
Can.
You understand? The scriptures mention that this world to be what? Evil. You all deem it to be good. Where is it good? You understand?
And imagine you were saying this present evil world, and that was back then.
That was back then.
And it works worse. It works worse.
So imagine now.
Yeah, because if they're meant to, you know, we know they're meant from back then, back here today, right? Well, some of them through spirit, right? But you could imagine if it is, let me say, take them in from Rome, Greece, and England, right?
And they drop them here.
And they drop them here. You know what I'm going at?
And you can't stop calling people bypass. Bypass.
Imagine in time of Ezekiel. When Ezekiel get the vision, and the angel tell him, come and see. And you see the paintings on the walls. Imagine that time was still better than because the Greek and the Roman times was worse than them times. You know? So imagine even in Paul times, they was going through men who was doing satanic worship, all these abominable things even back then.
They were seeing stuff like they were seeing like the carnival,
Yeah.
you know, the festival of Bacchus and things firsthand.
The solstice and all them different things that they was doing.
To see it so prominent
Yeah,
now.
but to see no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
no,
it. And
see,
people love these
Yeah.
things. They have a genuine love and a drive. They look forward to it. They plan from
That's what how
this year for next year to take part in these things.
or how much time to do it. Because unlike back then, you remember evil more, as your brother said, prominent now. It literally we just living in a real wicked time, a more wicked time. Because at the end of the day, things must wax worse, right? You put that's it. Take a man from back then and put him here, and he go and see a tranny.
Yeah, with the understanding that he had. He gonna be like, what madness is this?
Who decreed this?
Yeah,
Who deemed this lawful?
yeah.
As just to say, you see what, who shall deliver me in those days?
Yeah, woe is me, like, woe is me. You understand?
But the-
Destruction, like, all that.
It says verse 16. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
See that pride of life? That pride of life is something that has caused real men to stumble. Men always trying to make a name for themselves. As brothers say over and over, this is not about your name. When we hold up that banner don't have your name on it. You understand? That banner is your Howard Shem Yoshai.
Done.
That is the Mosai and his son. We need not on that banner. We not wake. Come when you working for a company. When you working for a company and you putting up the banner and you waving the flag, your name not there. Nobody never asks you what your name is. And your name not important.
That is it.
Your name not important. You come to exalt the name of the company. You understand? And men just have a hard time doing that. Like I remember saying in the past, sometimes the desire to feel special could be dangerous. You see that feeling people like to want to feel special? Just, you're supposed to understand here what's going on. I understand, it's like teaching it. I can follow these things. Let that make you feel special enough. Don't want to, oh, I want to be the elder of this area. Or I want to be the head of this. And why I had to be the last in command. And all that not important to them. When you in Oz, what rank you have don't matter. When you in jail, what rank you have don't matter because you're still in jail. We waiting for rank right now. Whatever rank system that we have right now for order and for certain things, we still in jail. That is not the real rank system. It's a temporary rank system. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody knows what rank. You understand? You could be head over me now. On the other side, you might have different. Yeah, no. None of this what we're going through right now in terms of stature and rank. None of these things matter. What matters is just to do your job. And men just like to look past that, right? Because scripture say what? We're in seekers of vainglory.
Yeah, that's finished years. I only go to finish years.
Just do your job.
That's finished.
You have a job too. Just do your make your 8 and stay.
And your job is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
Why would you look for more difficulty?
Because men, as brothers say, men don't want the responsibility now. Men want the image.
Yeah.
You understand? Men not studying the kind of effort you had to put. A leader always hard working. Always, you know. Men who understand, they don't want to be apostles. You know. Men who really understand like the things that there's some men who is in elders at certain areas and them always maybe just be stressed because there's so many different men to look after.
They're responsible.
Right.
They're responsible for
you gotta look at
you say not just to be responsible for a man's soul.
You gotta be you gotta be making sure that men are breaking things down wrong. If a man doing something wrong, you gotta reprove him. You gotta make sure you're doing your responsibilities.
You gotta make sure you on point.
If you have a family, you gotta look after them too. You know how much work that is, boy? And men not because you see these men they're not sincere about.
Exactly. Lost the eyes. How it is? The pride of life. No, it's not a show, boy. That's a deacon.
Men just want to look good. This place you can't look good and you can't righteously look good in this place because this is a wicked place.
Yeah.
You understand? You walk around here looking like Solomon, men rob you.
They pay it up.
You understand? Yeah. That's nothing. We are fighting for.
What of me, man?
We are fighting for.
Yeah. That was what 17, huh?
17, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
Yeah, he that is you. You understand? Because while we running with that weight, we will not be father, we're running. You understand? We're trying to finish years. We will abide forever.
Esteeming not our own names.
Yeah. As you were actually, we establishing the banana life. You know? We name it. You understand? But we don't care, we still holding the banner. You know that we just. In the book of Hebrews 13 and 14 it says, for here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. It says, by him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to power continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. You understand? Referencing that banner, making sure everything we do is in his name. You understand? Everything we do is for that name. Everything we do is for the truth, not against it. You understand? Not becoming a reproach as we were talking about earlier. I mean, everybody in front of you need to stop preaching and taking drugs. These are addicts.
Eating cat shit online and kind of shit.
You know?
Bugging out.
Good.
Talking about the Lord has changed. All these different bug out things men be doing. Why? Because they didn't really have a love for the truth. Really and truly. Now you'll go through shit in the truth, and sometimes it does pick at you. But really and truly, you gotta have a love for this.
Good.
Yeah. they didn't really have a love for the truth itself. What they really loved was just here and themselves.
Because they want the pride. It's the pride,
Yeah.
the pride of being here and pride of people looking up to you because as we were talking before, the women just want to come in to reference them as something higher than they actually is. You understand? But they can't esteem the as we were talking about before. They will esteem the responsibility. You know?
See, there's like Corinthians where they say, well, a spectacle. They don't want to be a spectacle.
God. The Romans 12:1, it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. You understand? Your reasonable service is to be that sacrifice, to be that main example. You understand? So that what? You'll be what? Oh gosh. We said about talk about is being unblemished, man, in the faith or something like that.
Being spotless.
God.
Something along that line.
Spotless. You understand? That is why that is a reasonable service. Reasonable. You understand? It's nothing more than, you know what I mean?
Nothing.
There's the least you can do.
Nothing extravagant.
Yeah, there's the least you can do. This is a reasonable service. There's the least you can do. Be a sacrifice. Be a living sacrifice.
You know, like how hard it is to not
Let
lie,
your life-
not steal, not
Let your life reflect what you're preaching.
Can.
That's it. That is all. Let your life reflect the banner. You know? Your company policies, yeah. Keep your company policies when you're at home as well. That is it. You know?
I pray 7 8
Yeah, brother.
You see, in Mark 4, start from 13, right? It say, and he said unto them, know ye not this parable? And how then will ye know all parables? He said, the sower soweth the word. And these were they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately, and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. They say, and these are they likewise which was sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness. Right? They say, but have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. They say, afterward, when affliction and persecution ariseth, for the word's sake, immediately they are offended.
Yeah, immediately. And I wish I get most money. These things I tell you because the offenses must come.
Can.
So when they come, they will be offended. Right? They will be offended when they come. You know? So and if you was in the knowledge, if you had the love for the knowledge, if you had the love for the truth, you would know that the offenses would come. You would know that you'd lose things. You'd know that you'd lose your family members. You understand? You'd know that hey, this race is not easy race. This race is about endurance and not speed. You know? About doing the right thing even when nobody looking. You understand? To be that person when you're on and off the camera. You know? You finish it?
No.
What?
You see, verse 18, you say, and these are they which are sown on thorns, which such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lusts of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
Yeah, so they starting over, but you know what, now I do this by now. We just wanted to be a whatever.
Rapper.
That was what you
rapper talk, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, think now I have to make a better life for my family. So I can't be coming out here and so now I have to, you know, it's gonna that will make me look bad, you know, but the image on you know, my social media. Yeah. That's how the cares of this life will choke you.
And there you see some men that try to look for certain camps that more or less
Lenient.
to them kind of thing, and so you could sing banging on ESO and still be a rapper, but you're in the truth, you know, that kind of way, like them convenient camps on them. That way you see what itching is. You understand? Go back to them itching ears. Go back to having teachers who telling you what you want to hear, but still making you feel like you have some essence of godliness behind it. You want to do coordinated dances and shit with fringes on. No, that is not what it's about. That is not what it's about.
They will do the electric slide.
Yeah. You boogie. You see, verse 20, you see, and these are they which are sown on good ground. You see, as hear the word and receive it and bring forth fruits, some 30-fold, some 60, and some on 100.
Yeah, so yeah, you get and receive it. And you know, that's a bring forward food that you know. I mean, you're doing your work, you're doing your job. You understand? Because the fruit don't come before your time. You understand? So you went through a period of endurance and you see, you know what I mean? The fruits of your labor basically.
I'm not going to say that. You see how they use the term fruits of your labor? This is not this kind of fruit that is just growing in your backyard on its own. You had to literally plant the seed, water it,
Maintain it.
you understand, for it to grow. Work.
And then when you get the fruit, your work is increased because why? Now you're responsible for this. Now you really have to be the example.
Take care of that tree. So that tree now could bring forth other fruit now. And that's what your apostles was. Right now, them have a whole field, more or less. You understand? Fruit just bringing out fruit.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's supposed to be. And we just like those trees bringing forth fruit so that they can bring forth other fruit also. Like I say in Thessalonians, they say, unto faithful men who will be able to teach others also. That's how the system does go. That's the parable. You go to the marketplace and you make the exchange. You understand? And you make you break you double and triple what you just start off with. Finish with my episode.
2 Timothy 2:1. It says, "Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Mashiach Yahushua, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit."
That was talking. That was talking about
The same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. And that is what I did to you, man. By the conclusion of the whole matter. Fair power, keep the commandments. That's what that you will please. That you will please who choose you from the beginning. Because as I was saying earlier, we didn't wake up. You understand, this morning and say, let me come out here and let me just talk on the camera and use the Bible. You understand? This was no overnight matter. You understand? We have brothers who are running the race. You know what I mean? We have brothers who've been running the race. You understand? But we do it, we part. You understand? And I do that is it.
And if I can say, I can talk, make a statement and say, one who wore it and tangled himself. Now, back in the day, when you was a soldier, you're not going to see you with no pitchfork.
No, remember your entire life you was training as a soldier from a boy come up to a man.
Everybody else just take care of you while your job is to fight enemies off. That is, you know? In my mom, this woman king shit.
I never watched it.
Never watch it.
No, I don't intend on watching it either.
I didn't. It was a circumstance. Like a circumstantial thing, you know? Right?
For me,
it was circumstantial, but the women, there was in a special place. And they wasn't like laborers. Yeah. You understand? All it was there for is when his warfare was to come.
Yeah, come.
Like it had examples too, but I see the movie now, so it come to my mind now. Right, that was soldiers that be doing. They just there for that particular purpose.
Come.
Even the apostles, them wasn't working. Them job was to teach, and the people would have take care of them. Whether it be whichever woman would have so close for them if they needed or get them food. But their job was to do that specific thing. Because people let's talk about, so why doesn't do this? That is not our job. Our job is this. You understand? The Lord have other people appointed for other things. Our job is this. We were separated to have to deal with things of this matter and probably want to do other stuff, but mainly this. You understand? You know much people look go around and give, no matter we don't get charity, but how much people just come and give us boxes of food. The Lord have people for that. We food is food that we just go about giving.
It's spiritual
food. We have men appointed to give out kind
of food. Your stomach, you might not like this. You know? It's going to be bedside in here. Not everybody can digest this.
Yeah. You know, you're not laboring for the meat that perish.
You know? So we endure. You know, we endure until the end. As we endure to please Him that chosen us. You know? Anything else on your back? Alright, so with that, you want to give all praises on and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash.
Just once again to the apostles and others of great millstone, I rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of the state, pushing the sword in truth and in sincerity, enduring day in, day out. You know? Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.